He's got it. Okay, go. Let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You? Oh, very good. Mr. Lloyd, start us off.
The minutes of the previous meeting of May 12th have been sent to the board members. Are there any corrections, changes, or additions?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
And a motion and a second to accept the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Mr. Tim?
Yes, sir. If you want to have everybody with the bank statement, or I can, whichever you want.
Go ahead.
Did everybody receive a copy of the bank statement, the bank balance? Does anybody have set questions about the bank balance?
Hearing none, I move to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I have a township docket. It's a little large. Okay, it's the largest one I think we've had.
That's an understatement.
$1,112,482 even. Did everybody receive that?
Yep.
I probably should have written a note on there. But realistically, I think everybody realized that the reason why was we paid for 2 ambulances. We also have one out here. One of the brand new ones we just put in service Sunday. So if anybody wants to see that, it really is a very nice piece of equipment. But does anybody have any questions on the docket?
I believe I had mentioned one thing to you on Stryker, and that was
Yes.
for medical equipment.
Well, it's, in this case, it's actually the equipment that we got for the ambulances.
Is it for just this one, or is it for both?
Both of them.
Okay, that's what, that was what.
It's 2 power cots, 2 power loads, cardiac.
2 hard walkers. It's a 5 or 6 year, 5-year lease.
I think it's a 6-year lease, and I think it was right around $550. For some reason, I thought it was
60,000 for 6 years, I think, 360. So it's kind of right at 60,000 years.
it's kind of odd. They have me make a payment, I think, in January or February, and then one in early May, and then we don't have any more for the rest of the year, so.
Yeah, there's a couple of payroll, one for 82,000, one for 74,000, 15th and 29th. I'm not used to seeing that much in one entry.
That's been the territory. It should be on there every single month. Should be. If I missed it, I apologize, but that is territory payroll.
They just putting that in the system, it pays payroll, is that what it ends up being? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Now, I don't put it in person by person. I just put bulk in.
Yeah.
As far as,
Is that for 2 pay periods then?
Yes.
Entirely.
bi-weekly thing.
And the other thing was the hydrant rental.
Yes, sir.
It's a year.
Twice.
Well,
Well, here.
we went up $15,000.
Is that correct?
Is that correct? I thought it was.
Beats the heck out of me. I bought a computer, so I wouldn't have to.
I think we went up to
Shift gears.
80,000.
Jack, is that a receipt or is that a payment out?
Payment now.
What was the amount?
I believe it went from 65,000 up to 80,000.
You're looking at the budget.
Yeah,
That's actually for 27. 27, they bumped it to 80,000. Now, I don't
I
remember
don't know if
what,
it's the exact amount, but that's.
I think it's-
Ballpark, what we were estimating it was gonna be.
it's actually a little high, but it's just a line item. That's the budget for 2027. Because,
we haven't negotiated that. with the
in
town yet.
December,
We
December,
really don't get to negotiate that. so.
no, that's,
I pretty much told us last year, if I recall correctly.
that's something that they set. And they put it, it goes through the town of Churchville. And they set all that. That's part of the rates for residential and businesses, which were considered a business. Plus the fact we have hydrant rental. In December, we paid $38,772.66. And that was after the increase in May. The end of May, we paid $33,070.60. So it went up just $5,700. So, and I think,
You said the December payment last year was 38.
yes,
I may not have enough. 80 might not be enough for next year.
does it go up again in
Is it again this year? I think it's supposed to go again next year.
I was thinking
Okay.
that was conversation was going to
We're
go.
almost 40 and a half December of last year. So.
So. But that's, the 80,000 is a hydrant rental for the budget for 27.
So you're not talking about the actual,
That's not,
Right.
okay.
yeah, that's not on the docket. So, but that's part of the budget for 27. We budgeted, hang on a second.
Sixty-five.
We're gonna be over budget this year for the budget.
There's faster one. So, yeah, you said how much?
65.
Oh, I thought you said 55, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got 65 budgeted this year and 80 for next year. So. That's part of the single line item for that, for the hybrid. The hybrid one.
So that's something the town just arbitrarily says this is what it's going to be, or
They,
are we
they
involved?
passed an ordinance. Well, that was part of their,
I mean, it would be part of their ordinance if it's like a hydrant or a capacity fee. And,
well, it's part of their, I don't remember who else helped them, somebody helped them, I think.
Baker Tilly does their utility rates,
Okay.
and they probably are like, it's still
And
like.
they-
It
probably-
passed at the end of last year, was their updated water rates, 'cause they had,
Right.
deadline replacements and stuff together, and stuff.
So the ordinance would say what the hydrant fee is, and it should designate who is like charged for that.
Remind me after that. So, yes, that's something that they set up an ordinance on. An ordinance is very similar to our resolutions. Usually towns will put ordinance in, if I'm not
They,
mistaken.
they have to put out a notice, they introduce it, and then they have a public hearing, and then they take comment, and then they can adopt those rates. There are a few things, and I don't speak out of turn here, but I think there's some things that they have to do, just general upkeep for their water utility, and then sometimes there are things like lead line replacement that are kind of mandated that they do. And so their hands are tied a little bit sometimes on some of these projects where they do have to increase their rates in order to be able to borrow. That's how they bond for, you know, the water utility, and that's how sewer utilities and municipal electric utilities borrow for upkeep of their systems. But the hydrant rate is one of those items that's included in water rates and charges. Does that answer?
So that's probably where it would say. It says that.
Might have it.
I don't have the water ordinance.
Would you help Debbie?
Not with their water stuff.
Speaking of, can you come over to the shop Thursday?
Going to your wife's.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So they have a public hearing about that.
So yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that you have to, it's required to have rates that are sufficient to, you know, maintain the water system. And then on that ordinance, you say the hydrant fee and then who is ultimately responsible for it? Like what kind of customers are they charging for it? Should spell it out as well. Or if there's another agreement, you know, there, like that. If it's on the interlocal. Those are places I would think it would be. If
It's not a town contract.
It's not in.
It's not in the contract, if we have it.
Does that answer your question, or is it worse, or?
Yeah, I understand. When is that meeting usually held? Any idea?
The Chesterfield town?
Yeah, to discuss the rental rate.
Oh, that's done and over with. I'm sorry. That was a year and a half ago, if I'm thinking right, 2 years ago, Jamie.
Yeah, it's a multi-year, they did a multi-year rate.
Oh, it's multi, it didn't change you.
Well, it was like they set it for like the next 3 years or something like that. I don't know if it's 3 or 4, but it was something.
I didn't go back, but I believe, I want to say it was 2 years ago, this was brought up, that they passed that ordinance to increase the stair step.
Because they're doing a massive water line.
I don't remember the specifics.
Because they have to post it in the paper and everything.
I will say, most municipalities put it on the customer's water bill, because they're the one benefiting from their insurance rates. Like Anderson did that many years ago. Anderson used to have $500,000 to $600,000 that came out of the fire budget for hydrant rental. It got to be the point where it was silly. So they put it, I don't know, it's a $5 fee or whatever it is on everybody's water bill to cover that cost.
And just as a side point too, is of getting a new, better rating that should help on insurance costs for the,
Right.
you know, the residents. They'll help offset that increase. They're,
Hopefully, yeah. Most definitely. That's
it may only be a few cents, you know, less than $1.
I asked the Dillville fire chief, he was gonna check, but the last he knew, they only paid $5,000 a year to Dillville. They have more hydrants than we do, so.
5,000.
wonder if it's marketed as like a capacity fee instead of like a.
He didn't know if they had changed in this past year, but that was what he remembered. I think they just take it directly out, you can see it, so.
Or, I guess.
Yeah, they have a bigger town area, their systems,
So the
they have
town
a lot
people-
more commercial area too than what obviously Chesterfield has.
people that live in the city limits are paying a higher rate of
I
some
don't know, I
kind.
don't believe they are, it's just, I think there's 5,000, this comes out of the budget.
Per year. And we're budgeting 80,000 next year.
Uh-huh.
That's compared to 5,000.
For Dell.
That's a little hard to swallow.
Yeah, no, it's not a little hard to swallow, that's a lot harder. That's,
I'm just giving you the facts.
how many hydrants do they have?
Find out.
Find out more.
How many do we have?
It's a little over 100. It's a little over 100.
I think it's between 100 and, I think.
What we get charged for. Now, they did they put new ones in. They took some out. But we're actually got more hydrants now because they put hydrants on that spot.
Now, I guess the next question would be, how many square miles do they cover as compared to the square miles that you cover?
Well, square mileage is bigger, but their hydrant area is bigger than ours.
Well, but, you know, it still comes down to, they're paying 5,000 a year, we're paying close, gonna be 80,000 a year, right? That math just does not work.
No,
well.
it's a part of the town, both townships have Anderson hydrants. But we don't have to pay a fee to Anderson because Anderson puts it on the customer's water bill.
Sounds like somebody's putting it on us.
Well, it's all set up through Baker Tilly, I think it is.
I mean, they put an ordinance out there. I see, like, it says it on the ordinance, but it doesn't say like who it's billed to on the ordinance.
We need to investigate the ordinance, what the time duration is, and then
Sure.
determine what we want to do at the time of renewal.
Okay.
Have all,
Well, there is no renewal. That's on them.
whenever,
They just,
if they did it for like
I
a
mean-
3 or 4 year period, when we need to know when the end of that 3 or 4 year period is, so
Okay.
we can make sure we represent ourselves at their public hearing.
that's no different than we decide what we're gonna charge them for territory, basically assistance within the town of Chesterfield. That is determined by us as far as that. And they're not real fond of that, I can tell you, because
Well, we need to
we
have.
charge almost twice as much as their hydro bill, so that we have coverage here in the Chesterfield area.
We just need to examine the whole situation and see,
I may not
see what we
disagree.
want to do, or if we want to do anything.
I may not disagree. Jamie and I have had talks about that recently. So,
I make a motion that as the township trustee, either you or you appoint someone,
before we get too far,
okay?
this actually started with the docket,
Okay.
and I hate to say.
I make a motion to accept the document.
I second.
All those in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Okay,
Now, I would like to follow up with a motion that as the township trustee, either you or you appoint someone, probably two people would be best, you and someone else, to look into finding out exactly what other agencies around the county are paying for hydrant fees,
thank you.
and the information for comparison to us,
I can do that.
and bring it back to the board
Sure.
to make a decision about our next best move.
But the only places I can truly check, if I'm not mistaken, Jamie, know better than I, but we can't, as Jamie's already said, Anderson does not charge the fire department for that. I mean, I can check with Pendleton, and I can check with Alexandria.
I can find that stuff.
I'm, Alexandria, Elwood, Daleville, obviously, Summitville,
I'll probably have those dates for before.
Jackson County, now my Pendleton, well, you said Pendleton, so. I think there's several avenues, several different
Oh,
places we
obviously.
can go. But that's my motion.
Okay. Did everyone get?
Do we have a second to the motion?
Oh, sorry.
Second. I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye. Okay. I did give out also township assistance for the month of May. And in the month of May, we gave out $2,556.12. We had five different people that we helped. Now, with that in mind, for the year, you just get to the end of May. For the end of May, we've given out $11,082.13 from January 1 to the end of May. Last year, we were at 12.3, I believe it was, or 12.5. That was for the whole year. Now, with that in mind, we also did help people through Anderson Housing Authority had some ARPA money. And I'm sure Michelle knows what ARPA money is. All I know is they got money through an ARPA situation and they were giving it out. And we probably, even though the township gave out just over $12,000, we gave out through Anderson Housing Authority probably about another $8,000. So, and we're almost at last year's just through the end of May. This month alone, we've given out $2,492.21 just this month.
In June so far.
In June so far.
What was our total last year up to May 31st, you said?
I think it was, hang on a second. I think it was 12. Or 12. $12,307.25.
I really like that report that you put out with the,
On the assistance?
yes.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can incorporate the year-to-date?
I did last month. I failed to do that in the current month. That's why I was pulling it up on my computer. I didn't realize that I hadn't given it to you guys. So, for this year, current total. We're at 25,881. I did that right? No, no, I did not. Hang on a second, I apologize.
Well, $3.11 for pizza.
That's 2 years. Okay, that's 3 out of 5. Sorry about that. We are currently at this year, $13,574.34.
85.
Yes,
That's it.
that's up today.
I'm just taking May 31st.
And I actually have 3 in processing. I had somebody send me paperwork today.
You know, what did we spend total last year? Did you have that?
Yeah, that's what I gave you just a moment ago. So that was 12.5, 12.3.
Well, I thought what we have currently now up to May 31st was 12,307 and a quarter.
No, that was last year.
I was, okay, what have we spent as of the end of
May. That was 12,300. Or no,
Eleven something.
$11,082.13 for the month of May.
11,082.13?
That's a good sign of things picking up on that aspect or a bad sign.
Depends on which side of the desk you're sitting. I'm just being honest.
No, I mean,
If you need assistance,
well, I'm concerned with the skyrocketing prices of
everything.
everything. So if it is, then there's the possibility it could. So, yeah,
Your budget's what, 14 something?
no. We have
28.
32, I believe, 32,000. Michelle's gonna get it before I do.
No,
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, well, I can't go this route.
It's all right. We're not in a
It's $30,000 to
Financial.
$32,000. Because I have, I can click on a button that says budgets, but it won't pull it up because, and I asked Michelle about this a couple weeks ago. The money goes into one fund, but then it comes out of another. And it's automatically designed to pull from one to the other, so. But I'm almost positive that we've got a budget of $32,000 for this year.
we don't have a funding crisis right now.
Not as yet. No. So where's the best way to go to look at that?
32,000. Go to budgets and then you'll hit direct assistance on the left. This year, 8040.2.
So will that show the budget because it's on 80/40 instead of,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because 8040.2 like rolls up into 8040.
Right.
That's sub fund.
I'm 32 and we're not even halfway there.
no, not yet. Oh, sorry, yeah, there it is. I'll just scroll down. She is. Yeah. Yeah, we have a budget this year of 32,000. I believe we actually have more than that in that fund. I believe, because we've had some carryover.
Yeah.
I believe we have about 40 in that fund.
54.
Thank you.
And that's like before your settlement, you'll get,
Some more.
yeah, probably next settlement.
So would we have to do an additional appropriation if we go over the 32?
Yes, but you have the cash, like you have the cash to do so.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that. If we go over, here's the funny thing. Even though they've given us extra money throughout the last couple of years for that, we actually have more, but we've only got 32,000. So if we actually go over 32,000, which is a possibility, if we do, we'll have to do an additional appropriation. It's not a big deal. We've done it a couple of times before, but we actually have the money to cover it. but we only thought that we were gonna spend 32,000.
The county doesn't like monthly, so.
So, but yeah.
Excellent.
And then in EMS revenue, we had last month $56,528.72. It did go up just a little, but I think the trend is starting to go along at this point.
I do have information on several communities.
Go ahead.
Elwood is currently billed, he thinks around 50,000 budget, but they're getting ready to enact a
Increase
town ordinance, to put it on the water bill. So it'll be taken out of there.
and not on the fire.
Not on the fire, it's currently the fire department, but they're already in the process of changing it to be on the water bill. Alexandria does not come out of the budget, it is on the water bill. Somerville does not charge the fire department, they don't know, it's a water bill, but it does not come out of the fire department. Frankton does not come out of the fire department's budget, and Delville is confirmed at 5,000.
Could you put all that on paper for us?
Yeah. I'm waiting on
Good job.
for Pendleton.
Trustee, we're taking quick action on motion.
I delegated.
Very well.
It's nice having friends like chiefs and we get information quick. So. I gave everything but basically Pendleton. So
If we can get those two, you know,
yeah, I'll send something out just from.
Just for housekeeping, you need to declare the motion died for lack of a second.
we voted on.
Oh,
You're talking about my motion?
Yeah, your motion.
He said it.
Jack seconded.
Okay.
I apologize. I did ask.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's, well,
No debate, move on.
Okay.
Amen.
That's all I have, sir.
That's it?
That is it.
Okay.
oh, yeah, you,
Get the
EMS.
EMS or whatever.
Yeah, I just spoke about that. We had $56,528.72 for May. It is up a little bit. I didn't I?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, missed it.
I'm just glad you missed that and I missed the other. We're all good.
So,
Okay,
and I was saying how it's actually increased over the last month in April. So if during the summertime, it has a tendency to increase the warmer it gets,
We had a 17 run day the other day, so
which is huge.
my wife said all she heard one day, probably the same day, was sirens. That's all she heard. She was out.
Well, that's still not the biggest day. The day of the storm, that was 32 or 30, over 30 calls within a 24-hour period. Yeah, that was a monster.
anything on the park board? Sure, we're.
Stephen is actually out of town. He's on vacation. He's joining his mother because Lynn took off and they're out in the Badlands or out to see Mount Rushmore or something like that. And a lot of the kids went out to join them. So I have not, as terrible as I thought.
Anything special, different about July 4th?
Oh, now that'd be the man to ask about that. He's gone to all kinds of stuff.
yeah, we have another meeting later this week at the airport, reference the 3rd for the air show and fireworks. So that's coming together. And then the 4th is, the standard with the parade at noon.
When was the last meeting you had?
It was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was gone. John went to that.
Okay.
But we've got another one, the 11th, so Thursday, and then there's one on the 16th next week. And that'll probably be that wrap it up. So.
The town of Chesterfield is doing they have a big 250-year. This is also, Jamie is gonna go ahead and have a number of things going on for the department because this is our 100th year as a department. And we had a great idea of celebrating it on around the fourth, as far as that. So the department's gonna be doing some things.
Yeah, we'll have our big cookout afterwards like we always do, so everybody's welcome to that. We're also, the trustees are helping put in, we're getting a challenge point. Talk about this thing next month. So we just came up with a design, I can show it to you.
Okay.
One side's kind of the department with the kind of the heritage department, the two previous patches from the plus the new patch. And then the other side's about 250th of the country, so.
Very good.
And like all, I'll get one. We got 100 of them, so they'll be here on the second.
My challenge was to get $50 out of everybody.
How's that going?
Not very good. No, that's,
Okay. All right. Any, public comment, questions, input?
Good.
All right, Russ? anything
So
else?
moved. To adjourn.
We are adjourned.
there we go. Thank you, everyone.
Next meeting is 7 PM, July 14th.
Actually, it's gonna be here in about 10 minutes.
I'm talking about the next Union Township.
You didn't.
Come on, that was good.
You didn't.
That was good.
That's the only one you're a part of.
You
sir.
didn't say that.
That's the only one you're a part of. That's the one you need to be concerned about.
No, I'm a part of the other.
Is there
I'm a
any
resident of Union Township.
major actions that day? I guess like I'm gonna be.
Oh,
Very bored.
Oh, I
Yeah, Michigan City.
You what?
Be in Michigan City.
Meetings are-
14th.
Oh, that's too bad. You're gonna miss Michigan